What's up, world? It's your girl T Fizzle. I've been running kind of behind on my emails. I'm trying to get caught up. But I had gotten a few emails from people wanting to know my opinion on the whole Pastor Cedric Miller situation. If you guys don't know who he is the pastor that told his congregation and people in his congregation that they needed to delete their Facebook page or else they was risking getting kicked out of church. And this had made the news, and people were upset. Like, how you gonna tell me what I can do on my Facebook page, and how you gonna tell me I can have one or not have one? And basically, his reason for that he didn't want people to have Facebook was because it commits, it causes people to like commit adultery or, cheat on each other, yada yada yada. Well, within 48 hours of him coming out with this, people started doing some digging, and they found out that in 2003 him and his wife had sex with a male church member. They were having sex with him after church, after Sunday Bible school, and whatever else. But they were having sex with him, and I don't know why this became criminal. I don't know if he was underage. I don't think he was. I believe the person was an adult, so I'm not sure why this even came up in a court of law. But so that was a big deal. So after that happened, a lot of people were like really, really mad. And I didn't make a video about it at the time because I'm just like, I wasn't shocked. I just always find it funny that sometimes the ones who yell the most about sexuality and sex and this and that be the ones who have the most to hide. So I already tuned him out when he was talking about delete your Facebook page. Well, anyhow, if you haven't heard, as of 2 days ago, he is going to come back to his position as a pastor. So basically, first he said that he was going to resign. He quit the position. He wanted to let it go, yada, yada. Anyways, the church is saying that they prayed about it and they spoke to him and they spoke to other members and they want him to come back and be the pastor because they feel like that's who God ordained or picked to be the pastor of that church. So he's going to have his position back in 90 days. Once he comes off his 90-day suspension or whatever, he's going to come back and preach at that church. And I don't know. I just find it funny. Really, I don't care one way or another. If he wants to have threesomes with everybody in his church, that's his business. I don't care. But I just find it funny that whenever it's something, if you have a pastor in front of your name, or a bishop in front of your name, or a priest in front of your name, it's like people will sweep the shit under the rug, or they ignore it, or they make excuses for it. I don't know. It's just funny to me that people are willing to give him a second chance, which is cool. It's cool to forgive. I'm not saying that he should be fired. Personally, I don't go to the church, so it is what it is. I'm not saying he should be fired, but I just noticed that when people who claim to be of God mess up, then it's almost like people brush it under the rug or they don't care or they make excuses for it. But if it's just a regular person, we be trying to hang them by their neck. Like, you can't even get on Facebook and vent about your job without possibly losing your job. You may not get on there and say that you hate your boss. You could just be like, oh, this job sucks. I'm real frustrated today. And if you write that on Facebook, you're looking at possibly losing your job. There's certain things that regular people are held to a certain standard, but it seems like if you're like of the cloth, you're not held to that same standard. Like the whole thing with Bishop Eddie Longstroke, whatever everybody want to call him now. Even that whole situation, people are so willing to say that these boys are lying and they're not telling the truth. They could be lying, but why are we so quick to say that? Why are we so quick to give Eddie Long a pass? If this was just some teacher that was accused of sexually molesting kids, we would have already convicted him. And, there wouldn't have been a second thought. Like, he's a teacher. He probably did molest them. Well, why is there always a second thought when it's somebody from, who's of God? Like, I don't understand that. It's not like pastors don't make mistakes and bishops don't make mistakes and priests. Like the Catholic priests. You got these priests who done molested thousands of people, thousands of children, thousands of boys and girls, and not one Catholic priest has done time in prison. You got the archbishop and whoever else paying off these victims. They're cutting them a check. Why are they getting cut checks? And why are these people who, obviously they were molested because you're cutting them a check. So why are these priests not being held to the same standard as if it was a teacher who slept with a student or a teacher who molested a child? Why is it that we make excuses for people who are of God? Now, don't get me wrong. This is just a rant, just a thought that came into my head. I'm not accusing Pastor Cedric Miller of being a child molester or being involved with underage children, so don't come on my video talking shit. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that it just seems to me that if you have pastor, bishop, or priest in front of your name, people are willing to give you a second chance. Damn it, I'm going to change my name to damn Pastor Lovely T. You know what I'm saying? So that way when I mess up, people just automatically give me a second chance and make excuses for me and don't think nothing of it. Because it seems like that's all I see. It's like people with those titles never get held to the same standard as us regular folks without those titles. Y'all get what I'm saying? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just reading too deeply into it, but I just feel like we always give people in those positions chance after chance after chance. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about the situation. All right. Deuces.